We are live.
We are live. Hello and welcome to another episode of Sudeva Talks. It's episode 3. I think quite a lot going on in the I-League, in the I-League camp at least. I can tell that Anuj is not anymore in there because of the gear that he's wearing. It's clearly not Calcutta weather any longer. Mehraj is with us as well. I'll come to you first, Mehraj. How's it been? A difficult couple of weeks, challenging situation with COVID outbreaks. Not at Sudeva's team hotel, but at a couple of the other locations where I-League teams were staying in the bio bubble. What's the latest update you have for us?
The latest, Annie, is that we are quarantined. We are inside the room, which is a bad news, and you know how difficult it is when you are in quarantine. They are not allowing us to go outside the room also, and which is good for the safety of the players. There is a lot happening in the I-League. We started, a good, not a very good campaign, but a decent start against Mohammedan Sporting, even though we lost the game. But I think the boys, they did their best. That's what we are looking forward. Of course, also the result, I think, which will come in the coming games. It was the first game, and boys, they need to gel well as a team. I think normally it takes time. But as far as COVID is concerned, it is very bad, because we are in bubble, and very sad. Also, we actually started a good league, but suddenly we got this news that there are few cases in some hotel. And but thank God, in this hotel there is not a single case as yet. As that is what they have informed. We have been tested twice, and I think the results are okay. And there has to be one more test, which is going to be tomorrow. And fourth, we will come to know what is the exact situation, and maybe they will relax after that. In this hotel, they relax the bubble, and they will allow us to go to have gym sessions or maybe have the meal together. That is not also confirmed yet, but for us it's been very difficult because we had a very certain level of fitness before before this quarantine, and suddenly we are inside the rooms again, and there is obviously a problem which is happening with the players in terms of fitness, and which they are trying to maintain, also having 2 training sessions, online training sessions in a day, in morning and evening. We're just trying to keep the cardio, fitness level high, and trying to make them fit as much as possible. But the only thing we are looking forward, to have the results negative for the first test, and looking forward to go to the trainings and to play league games again.
One more thing that is, of course, of concern to all of us, not just followers of a particular club, but in general as football fans. Hopefully all the players and staff, whoever has tested positive, they are keeping well. They are not, the cases are not too serious.
Yes, I think, see, once you have got a positive report, and it's not, they're not going to take it very lightly. So you have been isolated in the room, and yes, when the cases are there, there is always a threat to spread. And and it's for the best, for the safety of the players and the officials and the management. And as I said in the beginning, that this hotel we are staying in, there is not a single case ever, and it is a good thing.
Okay. Anuj, you spent a shorter than planned period with the team. You're back now. How much of a disruption was it? And like, sort of course, Mehraj has, as always, a very positive attitude towards getting back to training and towards getting things back on track. But how much of a disruption was it to your plans in terms of looking at the beginning of the season?
See, I think I joined the team after 3 days later, and my quarantine got over on the 26th. So 26th I was out. So I was able to see one training before we went for the first match. And I thought that compared to last year, I mean, this year, I think the boys have even lesser experience, and they are, but I think because they have less experience, they are more motivated. The hunger is higher. because everyone wants to prove, because everyone wants to go ahead, wants to do something. So I think that unity is there. And they are thinking more on that. And they know for a fact that individual skills will not take them further. But if they work together, play together, they'll be able to show their talent also if they play together.
Right.
So I think that element is far more this year than last year. And disruption, yes. I mean, I was looking forward to go for every training, and we had a fantastic morning training. And the moment the training got over, Prashant, our manager, he just gave a fantastic news that 14 days, we're going in 14 days quarantine. So the moment he said that, I was like, what the hell? So I was like very furious, and Vadu Bhai must have seen me. That was a glimpse of when I get angry. Otherwise Vadu Bhai has never seen me angry. And first thing what I did was I had to talk to all the players, all in the bus, and I took their confirmation that, listen, if it is a 14-day quarantine, boys, you have to do something. You need to at least send AIFF a letter saying that after 14 days of quarantine, if there is a 14-day quarantine, you guys cannot play every second or third, fourth day. Then they'll have to extend the league. Yeah, or the quarantine has to be lesser. Yeah. So they were good enough, and they wrote. They signed a letter, and then we sent the letter to AIFF, and AIFF was very, very very, very positive about it. And I think that is something they were also thinking, that having multiple quarantine would definitely reduce their fitness levels, and the whole idea of having beautiful games, all that will go down. So I think they understood that, and that's why I think, as Vadu Bhai said, that as of now, every team is going through 3 rounds of tests, and depending on the result of all the tests, they would take a call what they will do with the hotel teams. With the 3 different hotels. Right. I think either they will do same for everyone, or they might open a little bit depending on which hotel and what the results are.
Right. So when do you expect to hear back from the federation on the next steps?
I think 4th night, because by 4th night they will get all the results. So I would say 5th morning, they will have. I think they'll have an early committee meeting, and based on that results, committee meeting will take a call, and then let's see.
All right. Yeah. So also, I suppose in terms of these little chats, since not much has been happening since we last spoke. Of course, the first game, and we can talk a bit about the first game with Mehraj. Coming up against Mohammedan, it was always going to be quite a test, Mehraj bhai. Experienced squad, also with the kind of history they have and all of that. You said that the team did the best that they could. A young squad, of course, that Sudeva Delhi has put out, all Indian squad. What were the positives that you drew out of it, apart from the effort aspect?
Well, when I said the team did the best, I think in terms of, it was the first game. So, so this is what we could expect in the first game, when the team is playing against Mohammedan Sporting. The good news is that 4 players, they had a debut of I-League from Sudeva. So this is quite a good news, I think. Yes, we knew about Mohammedan Sporting. We all know how they are, and they are very strong this season. They have won Calcutta Football League. They did well in IFA Shield also, but could not win it. But we know the team. We played quite a few friendly games against us, and we analyzed them, and we knew that they are very strong. And looking at our team, we know our strong points, we know our strengths, and we know our weakness as well. That depends on that. Keeping that thing in mind, we had a plan. Just to go against Mohammedan Sporting, not to go all out from the beginning. So that was my strategy, not to go all out, not to give them gaps in between the midfield and the defenders, not let them play those penetrative passes, which they did in the first half. But we conceded a goal in a set piece. That was the second phase of play, and which was very difficult to see. We had quite a long session in set pieces before we played against Mohammedan Sporting. But still, sometimes you can't help when the team is, opponents are good. Sometimes you cannot even stop them. Maybe you have the best preparations of the league, but sometimes you concede a silly goal. So that is what happened in the first half. But the good thing to see about Sudeva was, despite conceding a goal, they never gave up. They continued to fight. They won those second 50-50 balls and created few chances in the first half. And the second half, they went with the same enthusiasm and conceded a second goal, which was a fantastic goal from Joseph, which he scored from outside the D. Yeah, could have been stopped, but still, as I say, this was the first game. We need to work on a lot of things. But at the end of the game, we went all out. That was our strategy. We made a couple of changes on the bench, and that actually did affect the game. We put Sarkar, we put Shubho, we put Lord Jump, and in the defense line, we actually put Predison to make more compact in the defense, and attacking wise, we went all out. And that is the reason we created 5 chances and scored a goal. And I'm sure that if we had 5 or 10 minutes more in the game, we could create more chances, maybe a goal also, second goal also. And we dominated that part of the game just because we went all out. Now, there are a lot of, positives we could take from that game, and a lot of mistakes what we did, and we can learn, get back to the training sessions and, work on those, which actually did. We actually did for the Arrows game. We had a game 2 days before, which got cancelled, and we had actually worked on those things. And every game we play, we will have mistakes and we'll have positives, and we have to carry on with those mistakes and positives and work on the mistakes and take the positives forward and keep that in the mind.
Anuj, for you, what was the biggest positive from the opening game of the season?
I mean, I always compare, how it was last year. And last year also we played against the same team. This year also we played against the same club. Sorry, not the same team, but same club.
Yeah.
I thought the difference was, first, I mean, I will talk about the positives, but I think we also need to understand the team we were playing against. Okay, so last year compared to last year, Mohammedan this year I think is far stronger. I think maybe because they've got through a really good Durand Cup. They lost in the finals in the extra time against FC Goa, and FC Goa was playing with more or less their squad. Calcutta League they won. IFS Shield also they played really well. So I think overall they've got a very good pre-season. Yeah, and we played Durand. After that, we played friendlies. I'm not saying that we didn't have a good pre-season, but I think overall we always knew that we have a young squad. But when you score a goal in the first 10 minutes, that is where the that is where the difference lies. That was if you have experienced they know how to switch. But when you don't have an experienced squad, then the coach, no matter how much coach says, the switch is difficult. Yeah. So obviously this time I didn't go with any expectations because I knew it'll be a tough match. Last year, our team had not played even one match. So I thought my team was great. But this year we played a lot of friendlies, a lot of matches. So I knew already that what we are doing. So I think this time I'm more practical. And considering that, the plus was the boys, what they showed in the last 15-20 minutes. I think that 15-20 minutes was fantastic to see their character. If we are able to replicate that 20 minutes in the starting, first 20-30 minutes, if we can do that, what we did in the last 20 minutes, I'm telling you, we will get a goal. So that for me, that was the positive. That 2-0 down, where they were dominating the game in terms of possession, yeah, and how we come back, how they become defensive. In the last 20 minutes, they became defensive, yeah, and then we were attacking. We were not 2-1. We only scored in the 91st minute, but they became defensive from the 80th minute or 77th minute. So so that was a positive. So I think, and I mean, if you see Sachin being the first goalkeeper, I mean, I could have not imagined. Maybe he couldn't have imagined, right? And you were there last year, right? So a lot of these boys, Lord Jam, wow. I mean, a 17, 18-year-old cannot imagine, yeah. I mean, our average age was less than 20. there were only 3 or 4 boys who were above 22. Yeah. So for me, that is development. That is positive. Yes, but if we win a couple of matches, that will also show that, you know what, with a young team, also we can give not only good fight, but we can also get 3 points. And I think that will come. So yeah, so I think positive is this time I didn't go with the result. I wanted to see how they will perform when they're down.
Yeah.
And I think they did well.
I think they did well. Yeah.
I mean, in the TV, I need one more thing. In the TV,
Yeah.
I feel it doesn't justify it.
Mm.
You know, when you're you were there on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, the intensity is quite good.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, the
Quite
ball
high
is
intensity.
running.
Yeah.
Right? So, so I think from that angle, I mean, we did a good job here, I think.
And I think also like what Mehraj was saying about, you were also saying about the preseason time that they had and the fitness levels of the team overall, the physical fitness levels of the team. I'm sure that is contributing to the intensity as well, and will hopefully build up as the season continues. Of course, if and when things resume again. But for the meantime, Anuj, what kind of how are you guys planning things, given that there's a bit of uncertainty about resumption of football at the moment?
Yeah. So basically, when I came to know that, you know, the uncertainty would stay longer, so I thought that for me as an owner, I had already seen some training sessions of Vadubhai, and I was with. If I was not there for the session and this would have happened, or we would have not played the first match, this would have happened, I would have stayed. But I saw everything. I thought that I can go back, no problem. I think I am quite confident that post 5th, the boys would be able to do something. And we have planned it in a way that now, you know, the Delhi League is about to get over. And that has also been great. I think I would say the Delhi League, which has happened, the Delhi Premier League, for me, this was one of the best state leagues level-wise I have seen. Yeah, they were about that. So basically there were 20 teams in the Delhi senior division. Out of the 20, they played 20 in November. The top 10 got into the Delhi Premier League.
Right.
Out of these 10, they were playing each other once. 9 matches for each team. And I'm telling you, I would say all the teams were good. Because none of the teams got lost badly. Right. And that is football. And from there, you know, I was able to see some good talent coming out of the Sudeva B team, which is also, in a way, it's an under 17 team. Only a couple of guys are above 17. And some boys came out. For instance, Chandan, you know, he was outstanding. So, you know, so we have decided to give him a chance. And so, you know, he's already flown to Calcutta. He's also in the quarantine now.
Right.
So now the plan is the mistakes, or not the mistake, the missing things. So we are trying to find players who can fill those gaps and bring them in the training faster, so that Vadubhai has a stronger team before the next match.
Right.
I would say.
Yeah.
So I think in a way, I always say that, you know, situations could be any, you know, but if we are able to always see situation in a positive manner, then something can always help, rather than, you know, thinking on the negative side, right? Because obviously the fitness will go down, but it's okay. Yeah, it's a here also, you know, you also play with your heart and mind, right? So now we're getting some more players in from the Delhi League, and I think with that, I think you never know. You know, I think we will do some upsides. I'm very confident we will do some upsides.
Sure.
And for me and for us, I think it'll be a great moment.
Yeah. Mehraj, last question for you. Very difficult to do very much planning at this stage, of course, because your hands are tied and you don't have the players at your disposal as such, apart from the online stuff. But अगले एक हफ्ते के लिए क्या सोच रहे हैं आप? How are you going to look at things and then take it from there?
No, the only thing we can do, you know, do some stuff in the rooms through Zoom things. We are trying to keep them fit. So that's the only thing we can do unless they give us access to the gym. So
Yeah.
once there is an access to the gym, maybe we can do few things in the gym. But as long as we are inside, so this is for everyone, not for Sudeva only. Every team
Right.
is doing the same thing. They are having training sessions. So that is how we have to keep our fitness level at least a little bit high. So we are continuing to be the same and hoping that we maintain that thing. And once we are back on the training field and the fitness level is not gone more down, so then we can start slowly and see how the boys are. Then we can take it accordingly.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Anything either of you gentlemen want to add before we close this episode of Sudeva Talks? Anything from either of you?
Maybe I can just add that I think this year I-League would be great. This year it'll be a great league and it'll be a great finish. I think this year I can see some of the teams have made really good teams, and there'll be really good competition in the top 6, in the top 7.
I think one thing the I-League has done consistently over the past many years, I think, has been, except 1 or 2 times once when Mohun Bagan ran away with it. But other than that, the finish has always been quite tight. And it's a league that we watch and follow and look forward to very much. So hopefully all of the COVID stuff will be brought back under control. The players, of course, who are currently positive and who have the virus, hopefully none of them are too serious. Hopefully they are recovering well and will continue their recovery, and hopefully no more positive cases and stuff can continue as and when it does. Until then, all the best to you, Mehraj, and the boys in the bubble. Stay safe.
Thank you, Ane. Thank you so much.
And Anuj, we will catch up back in Delhi very soon. I think we'll have updates for all of you, the fans of Sudeva Delhi FC, very soon once the I-League committee meets and gives us some more information on what's happening with the resumption of football. Actually, first training for all the clubs, and then the actual football part of it. So next episode, I think we will have more information on that front.
But one more thing, Annie, I want to add. Sorry, then you can finish it. I really want to. How to say? I really respect all the staff members of AIFF who are in the bubble, who are handling this situation. I'm telling you, man, it's hats off to them. Because all the players and staff, we have some motivation. But these guys, they don't have a motivation, man. But still, it is brilliant. I really, whatever they're doing, it's great. Because we who are in the bubble, we never come under pressurized, because these staff members are quite polite. They're quite nice, which is great. For the mindset of every player and staff, the AIFF staff has been great. Because when you have 15, 20 positive cases, man, out of 500 people, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
But the way they've handled it, I think they're doing a great job.
All right. Love and respect to all those who are on the ground there managing the I-League and taking care of everyone who is in that bubble. Of course, also because the responsibility of it, end of the day, comes back to the AIFF because they are the ones hosting the tournament. So yeah, so well done there. Thanks, Anuj, for bringing that up. And with that, we'll bring a close to this episode of Sudeva Talks. Like I said, we'll have more updates for you in the next few days as things get clearer. Hopefully things get better. Hopefully no more positive cases. But you too, those of us who are not in any kind of bio bubble, the virus is still around, it's still real. So please do your precautions, wash your hands, wear your masks, try to maintain distance where you can, stay safe, stay indoors as much as possible, follow whatever rules and guidelines the government is putting out. We'll be back with another episode next week and we'll see you then. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Anil.